This is the moment that defines whether you last or you don't, because every trader takes losses. That's not the problem. It's part of the game. The problem is how long you hold them. Most beginners don't blow up because they're wrong. They blow up because they refuse to admit that they're wrong. They hold, they hope, they wait for it to come back, and that one decision is what takes them completely out of the game. Today, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna make cutting losses simple, mechanical, and most important, emotional free. As you go through this, open your free day trading workbook link below. There's a section where you define your stops, your exit rules, and walk through losing trades the right way. So when the moment comes, you're not thinking, you're actually executing. Now, let's start with why holding losers is the number one reason new traders blow up. There's many reasons, but I'd like to start with the fact that every big loss starts out small. Now, somebody might be like, duh, Tim, but every trade outside of the occasional outlier situation where you get caught in an offering or something that happens once a year, you enter a stock, doesn't go in your favor, and it starts fading back. I mean, that's it. Now, you might be down $10, you might be down $50, you might be down $100, but there were several points where you could have made the decision that, you know what, I was wrong on this trade. Now, that's what veteran traders do. They're like, okay, I took my shot, it didn't work, I'm moving on. I know that losses are part of the game. I'm going to cut it and look for another play or wait for the stock to redevelop again. Now, what new traders do is they refuse to accept that. So now it's $10, now it's $50, now it's $100, now it's $1,000, and now it's 2/3 of your account gone. An interesting thought experiment I like to use, and please be honest with yourself as I say this, like no one enters a trade saying, I'm willing to lose half of my account or 2/3 of my account in this one trade. No one does that. I mean, there's a lot of degenerate gamblers out there, but no one is like hovering on that buy button and they're sitting there and saying, you know what? I'll give up 2/3 of my account on this trade. But how many of you have done it? I've been mentoring traders for 10 years. It's scary, the number of people that do it. That's what newbies do. Successful traders go in saying, there's nothing I can do to guarantee success. If I lose small, and I move on to the next trade. That's what we want to do. And that's where we always have predetermined stop losses. Now, it's all based on the chart, not percents. We're using physical levels on the chart. We're mapping out our position sizes accordingly, and then we calculate our loss before we enter the trade. It's no different than any other type of risk management. So now, when that stock falls to the level on the chart, you see that number in your P&L, that's a small but acceptable loss, you kick it. Now, you can always retrade that stock, say it pulls back, and then blasts off again, you re-enter. But we either move on to the next trade or reset and reassess at that point. Newbies go in with no idea what they're going to do if it goes against them, no dollar amount they're willing to risk, no level on the chart. Now they start justifying. Again, please be honest with yourself. I did it a lot when I was a beginner. I started looking for news. Maybe it'll bounce. I started digging around, making all these excuses to stay in when I could have just said, you know what, this one didn't work. I'll cut it for small. I stay in it, and then 5-10 minutes later, the bottom drops out. And it could have been a small loss, which is part of trading. I turned it into a big one. So what I want you to always do, set up a stop on the chart, not based on percents or any of these other crazy rules that I see people using. If it breaks support, if it's a failed breakout, whatever the chart pattern you're trading, if it's an RCT and it breaks the bottom of that 5-minute candle, that's where you're wrong and you move on. Then you know your entry and your stop, you position size accordingly so that if it hits your stop, it's a loss that you can deal with and you can actually recover from. Now, this is one thing that I see people not doing is they don't have a thesis. Like every trade, I used to do this on note cards. You can go to my Instagram from 12 years ago. I would write out my thesis and put it in the function keys of my keyboard. So my trade plan was staring me in the face. And the moment my thesis was wrong, I moved on. I didn't make any excuses. I didn't double down. I didn't try and force something that wasn't working. Now, here's another big thing. I think small losses are successful trades. This is another mind shift you might not want to accept. People think winning trades are good, losing trades are bad. How many of you are nodding right now? Oh, I made money. That's good. I lost money. That's bad. Get that out of your head. No one has ever had a 100% win rate. No one ever will. If losing is part of trading, then a small loss can be a successful trade. And a lot of you, like I said, probably doubting this right now. That is why you're struggling. Professional traders, successful traders, they accept it. They know that it's part of trading, so a losing trade is not a bad trade. Now, you can turn a small loss into a bad trade. Guess how? Adding to losers, refusing to cut it. So now that smart loss, which I consider a successful trade. I mean, if you map out that trade plan, let's say it goes in your favor, doesn't hit your profit target, and falls back to your stop. I call that a win. You followed your plan. Now, the way you turn a losing trade into a bad trade is not taking that stop or the cardinal sin of adding to a loser to try and force something to work. Embrace your losses, learn from them, and know that the way to build an account the real way, it's not a perfect straight line from the lower left to the upper right. There's going to be ups and downs in there. Now, the only way to keep that trend line, the trend line is what we care about, not the exact P&L curve. We want it to be trending from the lower left to the upper right. The only way to do that is to cut losses, because if you think about that line, if there's a 50% drop in the middle of it, you got to get all that money back just to get back to the trend. Focus on the trend, not the individual trades. And losing trades aren't bad. Small losses are good. You learn from them. You manage your risk. Big losses are bad. You have to be willing to accept that decision that I'm going to cut it here and I don't care what happens after. Now, this is the habit that keeps you in the game, that keeps that equity curve going from lower left to upper right. Or it can take you out of it. I mean, think about, and some of you are probably watching this course because you did that. You blew up half your account or 2/3 of your account in one day. Think about how demoralizing that is. Where was your morale? Now you've got to go back to that day job and save up a bunch of money to refund your account. So not only are you demoralized, you're giving up 6 months of time just to get back to where you were so you can start trading. So a lot of it times takes you completely out of the game. A lot of people quit at that point. I don't want you to quit. So in the next video, we're going to talk about trading psychology, the internal side of this that no chart can show you, because mastering your mind is just as important as mastering your strategy.